What's up, everybody? In this video, we're going to be painting the front clip of my 2003 Ford F-150. While I do it, I'm just going to give you some background on the truck. It's long overdue. You've seen it in the first episode that I put up, just the intro to the channel. So like I said, it's a 2003, but just from the cab back. So everything structural, the motor, all that is still 2003, but the front clip forward actually came off of a 2006 Ford Expedition. So the front bumper and the blue fenders and hood came off of a different vehicle. So let's go ahead and color match them the best of our ability. Let's start off by just putting down some blue tape in areas where we don't want to spray paint. Now, if you don't feel comfortable removing your headlights, of course you can go ahead and use blue tape and mask it off as best as possible. And when I say blue tape, it doesn't have to be the blue tape. You can use any tape you'd like. It's just what I have today in this video. This truck was originally my grandfather's. He got it back in 2004 or 2005 here in Philadelphia. And then my grandparents moved out to Florida, so he drove it down there. So from about 2005 to 2019, this truck lived in Florida. It sat out in the hot summer sun. That's why the roof of the truck is pretty beat up. Now, the hood and fenders, the blue parts that you're seeing, actually came off my grandmother's 2006 Ford Expedition. So I have myself a little mixture here of grandpa's truck and grandmother's front end. Let's start giving the truck a light sand. Nothing too aggressive. No power tools here at all. Just scuff up the old paint enough to where the new paint will bond forever. So I used this truck for probably 2 years as a work truck. But after a while, I realized I'm just beating up on it and I should just go buy something different, which was a Ford Transit Connect and now the Maverick. I'll beat up on the new cars and keep these things a little cleaner. We're all sanded up. Give it a quick blow off with a leaf blower if you have one. Continue to wipe the panels down, get as much dirt off as possible because we're going to start to lay some paint down. Now, painting outside like I'm doing is frowned upon. Me personally, I don't care really. I'm trying to make this thing one solid color and make it a 50 footer. And what I mean by that is from 50 foot away, you can see the truck and be like, all right, that is decent. I'm more of a functionality kind of person. I'd like to have my vehicles perform better than they look. This picture here was taken in 2022, long before I ever thought about doing the YouTube thing, so I didn't record anything back then, but I did take a few pictures of the wedding. One of the first real things I did to this truck was break some rotors, and because I was already in there doing them, I figured why not upgrade them. So I went full drilled and slotted, ceramic brakes with pads. So I made it as best as I can. Now, when I say as best as I can, it's not a race truck. I'm doing this just to make it a little better. So again, because I already had it apart, I wound up putting new coils in the front, which were 3 inches lower than the stock ones, new shocks up front, drop shackle in the rear, new shocks in the rear. Now, there's never been no issue with the motor or trans, anything like that. So it's time to make it look pretty. So I'm using the duplicate color paint match to make it as smooth as possible for me. And then I didn't record it, but I will lay clear on after. Now, being that I did it outside like the bonehead that I am, I used too much paint because the wind was taking some. I have some imperfections in the paint because the stuff was blowing on it. And I did it later at night. I put the clear on and it was a little runny. Not a big deal to me because I will be addressing the front of this truck in the future, if not the entire truck. There's a good amount of bodywork that needs to be done on it. I'm not sure if I want to do a wrap or have it repainted yet. So I know the front looks very light compared to the doors and cab now, but once I put the clear on, it made it a lot darker. I was even nervous myself doing this. I thought I wasted all my money in paint. Here it is after the clear. This is the next day. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe.